How to launch profitable live virtual events. Today, I'm going to be showing you behind the scenes to literally this launch. We just pressed the launch button, I would say like 75 minutes ago. And we're going to take a look at some of the numbers, the exact funnel, the sales process, our goal, the intention, our strategy behind it, so that by the end of this video, you know exactly what you need to be doing to either launch, sell out tickets, get people showing up, and really deliver massive value to your audience and have them thanking you for it. In this example over here, okay, I'm going to show you a couple different examples, but literally this one we just launched slightly over an hour ago. And I've always talked about how on this channel I want to be able to walk you through not theory, because anybody can teach theory, but backing up with actual numbers and case studies. So this is literally today, right now. This is the 5th of February. And today, when I sent that email out about an hour ago, it was promoting this virtual event. So I'm going to talk about the different ways to promote a virtual event. It could be a free event initially, like a webinar. It could be a paid event that's extremely low ticket initially, or it could be a somewhat mid-tier. And I'm going to walk you through how to utilize the different type of sales processes to sell high ticket as well. So whether you want to do free, whether you want to do a cheap $7 event, which is what this one is, or whether you want to sell a mid-tier event, which is this one's like $200. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through the different ways I sell virtual events, from low, mid to high ticket, as well as the numbers. Okay, so when it comes to running any virtual event, let's talk about the big picture framework. Okay, so the first thing is really like selling the tickets, right? How do you sell tickets? Now, this could be tickets to a free event. This could be a low ticket product. So as you can see over here, this initial offer is for $7, right? It is a $7 event, low ticket. And the truth is this: many times people think it's about $7. It's not. It is so that your audience has skin in the game, so that they actually show up. Now, I have never up to this point offered anything that's $7, but I heard, and we'll find out soon enough because I have not done this event yet, that by having a really low ticket item, it significantly drives up show up rate, where show up rate usually for a free webinar could be about 25%. But just because you charge $7 for it, because now people have skin in the game, it significantly increases the show up rate to about 90%. Okay, so I've never had a $7 event before. Time will tell. I'll report what happens to you guys once I do this event. But as you can see here, the first thing that we must know is how much is an average customer worth. As you can see here, the average cart value is $84 so far. Now, what does this mean? It means that on average, a person that goes through this funnel, even though it's just $7 on the front end, a person right now on average is worth 84. Now, why is it 84? Well, as you can see over here, there are different steps to this funnel. I'm going to walk you through what the steps are, as well as the numbers and the conversions, so they can start seeing how you can sell tickets, how you can do profitable virtual events. But it all begins with that process of selling tickets, and if it even makes sense as a business model for you. So whether you want to do a live event on real estate or cryptocurrency, or teaching people confidence or relationships or makeup tutorials, how to teach parents how to become better parents, whatever it might be, okay? So you first must understand how much is an average customer worth to you on the front end, right? Now, on average, whenever a person goes through this funnel, this sales process. Now, what is this sales process? It's basically a sales process for this virtual event that I have coming up called Old School New Strategy, talking about the importance of messaging. I'm telling people that, look, over time, platforms come and go. What are platforms? It's basically, whether it is email back then, whether it's Friendster or MySpace or Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or Instagram or TikTok. Platforms come and go. It evolves over time. But the one thing that doesn't change is messaging. And basically, yada, 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 At the end of it all, I talk about how if you want to be able to understand messaging for your ads, for your offers, for your funnels, for the different platforms, then join us for this 3-day virtual event. Okay, so it's about 3 hours a day, low ticket, $7. So notice that the whole purpose of this is to get people to show up, so now they have skin in the game. And every time they buy this ticket at $7, a person's worth $84. Why is that? You probably guessed it. It's because of what happens on the back end. It's the upsell, right? Now, what does the upsell look like? So in order for me to walk you through the numbers here, I first need to kind of draw it up graphically for you. First of all, you want to be able to be profitable even before you run this event. Okay, so but if you want to be able to make that happen, be sure to watch this video till the very end so that you'll know how to avoid the common mistakes that people make. Okay, so as you can see here, this ticket to this event, which is 3 hours a day, okay, for 3 days, which is insane. You know, I'm doing this just really test to see if we can get a 90% show up rate. It's just $7. Now, what's going to happen over here, you'll see, is that there are 2 upsells. Now, what is the upsell? If you're new to this, it's just kind of like going to McDonald's where the staff is trained to ask you, would you like fries with that? Would you like to supersize it, right? So there is basically an upsell is sometimes known as a one-time offer 1, one-time offer 2. And then after that, I also have this thing called an order bump, okay? Now, what is an order bump? It's basically on the checkout, they can actually check this box that says, yes, I would like to be able to add this to my order, and this offer over here is a $37 order bump, okay? Now, what's gonna happen is there are the 2 one-time offers, and over here is where you do the event, okay? So this is where they'll check out, you'll do the event, you give them a great experience, you teach them your life experience, helping them either save time on the learning curve, helping them deliver and get a specific result. Your event does a specific result for them. But what if I told you that that's not where the money is? Okay, and you'll find out soon enough why that is the case. And again, I'm going to back it up with an actual example. So what happens over here then is you'll see that on average, when a person goes through this funnel, right now the system is telling me what my average cart value is. Now, what is my average cart value? My system is telling me on average, whenever they go through this, a customer so far is worth $84. Now, why? Even though I'm just selling a $7 ticket, it is because of these steps here. On average, when people take me up on these upgrades, they are going to be worth more, right? So even though it's just, you know, a small sample size so far, okay, I wanted to shoot this video since right now it's happening in real time and it's real. Okay, so far, over this sample size, you can see that 15 people has gone through this. Notice this is the order bump. So about 1 in 3 people, so 5 in 15 people are taking me up on an order bump. And you'll notice that 6 people are upgrading to the one-time offer. So that's a 42% take-up rate. And my second one, 30% of people are taking me up on that offer. Okay, so what makes a good upsell? A good upsell is the next thing that is required on their end to be able to either accelerate or get faster results. Okay, it's not more of the same thing. It's so crucial to understand this. Most of the time, people would make an offer for an upsell of more of the same thing. Now, the only exception to this is supplements. And we've been in many different markets. Somehow supplements is just an exception to the rule, okay? But if you're not in the supplement space, you should never sell more of the same thing, because that's when people are thinking, oh, wait a second, if it's just more of the same thing, if it's a more advanced thing of the thing that I just bought, then let me execute this first thing that I bought first, and only when I get results, I'll come back and buy the next thing, or buy more of the same thing, right? So you never want that. You want to think about what makes a great upsell is what other resources or products or training or coaching that is going to help them accelerate and get faster results based on the first thing that they bought, right? So write down what is the next problem that they face as a direct result of buying that initial thing, okay? There's always that next problem, right? If you think about entrepreneurship and business, there's always the next problem that an entrepreneur faces. So maybe let's say right now, if you think about if let's say your market is teaching people how to source and create a new product, okay? So after a person sources and creates a next product, you gotta think, well, what's the problem they face after that? Well, the problem that they face after that is how do you take that offer and put that offer into a sales process. So whether it is free plus shipping, a webinar, or an application funnel, that could be the next problem, right? Helping them set up that store or sales process so that it's up and running. Right now, after it's up and running, what's the next problem they face? The next problem they face could be, well, it's now up and running, but nobody's coming to my e-commerce store, or to my Shopify store, or to my funnel, or to my webinar. So probably the next thing would be traffic. If they understood how to get traffic, what's the next problem they face? Well, first of all, that could be scaling. So the next problem is, how do I scale my ads so that even though it's profitable at $100 a day ad spend, it's still profitable at $1,000 a day ad spend? And if that's what you did, then what's the next problem that they face? Maybe it's putting systems and processes in place so that the business owner and the entrepreneurs can still maintain their sanity as they continue to scale with a bigger team, right? And if they manage to go through that, then what's the next problem they face? Maybe they are now profitable and they want to be able to save on their taxes. So that would be the next problem they face. You see, in a journey of whether it's relationships or business or health, there's always that next problem, right? Whether a person is just starting out, whether it is a 5-figure problem, a 6-figure problem, a 7-figure problem, 8-figure, there's always the next problem. So just think about what makes a great upsell is how can you either enhance their experience or answer or give that person results based on the next problem. So if you take a look at our funnel over here, our upsells is just based upon helping them get through that next problem quicker or faster or better with a better experience. Okay, so that's basically it. So over here, this is the first model. What is this first model? The first model is through a low ticket. Now this is how you can, I'm going to walk you through the different models and you decide which one's best, okay? So this model over here is, I've never utilized a low ticket. Usually my live events is about $1,000 and $2,000. But I wanted to play around with this model because I'm always curious about new things, okay? So on the other hand, another great way, which is the method that I've utilized over and over and over again for running profitable virtual events live, is the good old webinar funnel. So what does the webinar funnel look like? It's basically free. A person registers for this. So this is basically a webinar registration page. After that, they go to the webinar confirmation page that says, congratulations, you are now registered for this webinar. This webinar is going to begin when the countdown timer ends. And then at the next page, this is when they will go to a live webinar, which may or may not be live. This could be evergreen. This could be automated. And finally, at the webinar, that is when you offer a virtual event at whatever, right? $500, $1,000, $2,000, depending on what it is that is your offer. If you've been following my stuff, this is the model that we've utilized for a really long time that's worked very, very well for us. Now we're just utilizing different angles and different hooks just to try things out, okay? So this is literally what's happening right now, what's going to happen. So one thing that I've always mentioned is the money is in the back end. It's always in the high ticket. It is always the next thing. So the whole purpose of the virtual events is to think about how you can use that to attract your ideal clients or customers. So that means if you are an agency doing a done-for-you service where you're charging $5,000 a month, some of you could be thinking, well, Peng Joon, I'm in a market that doesn't necessarily, require live events. I'm a consultant. I'm selling a done-for-you or it costs $5,000 retainer to work with us, right? You could be selling a $10,000, $50,000 mastermind, whatever it is that you want to sell. Think about the virtual event as a way to sort, sift, and separate, to get and identify your ideal audience, to have them raising their hand saying, you know what, I want to be able to do this with this person. So can you imagine if, let's say, you are an agency that wants to work with done-for-you clients who pay you $5,000 a month to run their ads, okay? So how can you utilize this? Same thing over here, right? Can you imagine if all you did was you went mass market first and came from an angle where you do an event that is 4 hours a day for 2 days, okay? Now you're able to target people on a global scale and you taught them everything you knew about Facebook ads, right? And you made money even before they stepped in this room. So this is where, it might cost you, I don't know, $50, $40, $30 to acquire a customer. Now a customer is worth $84. And by the way, this thing is low, okay? And it's because it's $7 over here. I have done events where it's slightly higher ticket and be profitable on the front end, okay? But imagine now if they attended this event, there's going to be a percentage of people that says, you know what? this thing is amazing. I want to work with this company and this person as a done with you, done for you service. And this is where you will be able to attract your ideal customers, your high ticket clients. So understand that the big money is never about here, never, okay? How we scaled our business and went from 7 to 8 figures is all high ticket, okay? So this is where at the end of this event, you could be saying, so that's the framework to run profitable live events. And then that's when you pitch. That's when you could say, so one of the reasons why we do these events is we want to be able to identify our dream clients. And if you are a business owner, if you are a CEO where you know Facebook ads is crucial to take your business to the next level, but you just don't have time to do it, or you don't want to hire in-house, then what I want to be able to do is work together with you to make sure we're right fit with each other and help you run these ads on a monthly basis. And you could say like, I'm not cheap, but it's $5,000 a month, but if you want to work with somebody that knows what they're doing, then all you gotta do is, you can check out here or apply here, whatever it is, to get people onto that next level. Which again, what is that? That's an upsell. It's the next thing that they need or the next problem they have as a result of understanding this. Does that make sense? So that is how you can, the sales process utilized to run profitable virtual events ultimately comes down to 2 things. Okay, you followed my channel, I've always said about what these 2 things are. What is it? Number 1, you got to know how much does it cost you to acquire a customer. If you have a decent Facebook ad campaign with the right pixel and tracking in place, you will be able to know how much, Facebook tells you this, right? How much it costs you to acquire this $84 customer. So it means that if right now I'm paying about $45 to acquire a customer. So on the front end, I pay about $45 to acquire a customer. So even before I do this event, for every dollar that I'm paying, I'm getting back about $2 in return. Okay, and because I can make this happen, I'll do it all day, every day. But also understanding that I'm building a list for free, for long term, but also attracting my quality clients on the back end. And that's what you need to be doing. And if you're somebody that's looking at this and saying, but Peng Joon, I don't understand Facebook ads and tracking, go watch my other related videos in this channel. There's a ton of them to show you exactly how to make this happen. I will put this in the recommended video screen. Or if you're somebody that wants to be able to understand how to increase how much a customer is worth, which is the average cart value, then to be sure to binge watch that entire playlist that I'll put in the recommended section as well. So in other words, if you think about putting this all together, what is the name of the game? It is all about decreasing how much you pay to acquire a customer and also increasing how much a customer is worth. And if you constantly work on these 2 things, which is basically with better Facebook ads, better messaging, better targeting, better retargeting strategies, so that it decreases your cost of acquiring customer, but at the same time, working on your sales process, your conversions, how compelling the pitch is, the offer, how deep the funnel is, high ticket, recurring, back end, that's how you increase how much a customer is worth. And ultimately, this is how you create profitable virtual events and be profitable even before the event happens. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway is, what it is that you're committed to be doing and what you're going to apply in your business. Every single video that we do, we're looking at 1 to 3 different comments to pick as winners for our $997 course. All you gotta do is comment below and type in profitable virtual events. We will be picking 1 or 3 winners. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It does help our channel out a little bit. And subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. All of the recommended videos, if you want to be able to run profitable ad campaigns or sales processes, go watch and binge watch my entire playlist that's appearing in front of you right now in about 5 seconds. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2.